WWE's monster among men Braun Strowman managed to become Mr. Monster in the Bank after winning the briefcase at June's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Last night at SummerSlam, however, and thanks to Stephanie McMahon, Braun Strowman had to put his briefcase on the line against Kevin Owens, with Owens potentially winning the briefcase even if Strowman is counted out or he's disqualified. So even though the odds were stacked against Strowman, the possibility of losing the briefcase didn't faze him at all, as he confidently steamrolled over Owens in a complete squash match that barely lasted 3 minutes. Strowman gained victory after aggressively shoulder tackling Owens twice on the outside and chokeslamming him onto the metal flooring at the end of the ramp. The win meant that Braun got to keep the briefcase and still had the opportunity to cash it in at any time against the reigning Universal Champion. As many had predicted months ago, Braun's music hit just before the main event match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar began their match for the championship. Since Strowman is a babyface and in his words, "I refuse to be a coward and cash this in when my opponent's back is turned. I am the monster among men and I do things face to face," he pre-warned both Reigns and Lesnar that he promises to cash in the contract after whomever is victorious between the two. Instead of trying to beat down Roman Reigns, Lesnar had other plans on his mind, giving most of his attention to Strowman, who was on the outside spectating a huge beatdown, big enough so that he would incapacitate him for the rest of the match, rendering him unable to cash in his contract. After laying out Strowman, Reigns caught Lesnar off guard and hit the reigning Universal Champion with a strong spear, slaying the Beast incarnate and becoming for the first time ever WWE's Universal Champion. But that was it. The pay-per-view would end with no cash-in, even after Strowman promised it would happen at the end of the match. Well, there's a good reason behind why Mr. Monster in the Bank didn't cash it in. After the debacle that occurred during the main event at this year's Backlash pay-per-view, with hundreds of fans walking out of the arena before the main event match between Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns could even finish, Vince certainly didn't want a repeat of that on one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. Instead, WWE wanted to tease the idea that the Money in the Bank briefcase would be cashed in right at the end of the pay-per-view, hoping that fans would not leave the arena until the pay-per-view was finished or until Strowman would cash in and hopefully win the championship. It's likely that if they didn't tease the idea, fans would have walked out early, as during the Universal Championship match, "You both suck" chants echoed throughout the Barclays Center, with fans still not having any desire to watch another tiresome bout between the two. What did you guys think? Were you angry there was no cash-in? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.